Welcome to the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast infused with hip hop. I am Wood.
Made daily with organic, farm to table, localized, neuralized, sterilized, Scotch guarded for 2020 repellent, available online, shipped via Amazon, not available on Sundays, Broken Pencil Logic. You stay classy, internet. I'm Suave Burgundy.
Is that what you used to, Suave? Is
almost. I'll take responsibility for this one. This one was me because I thought they were going to give me a countdown before. Yeah, ho. They didn't give us one. So that's I'll take responsibility for that one. But it was almost perfect.
Okay. Perfect. Yeah, man. This might be what this is one of, but I don't know if it's going to be the last time you hear me do this. Today's date. December the 16th. Monday, December the 16th, year of our Lord.
Year of our Lord?
I said year of our Lord.
Year of our Lord?
20 and 20. 4 for 4.
Would you like fries with that, sir?
Yes. I said yes.
Dipping sauce for your nuggets, pause.
As long as the potatoes still have skin, I don't need no sauce for the nuggets. So I'm gonna say no.
I don't even know what the correlation between those two things is. I'm gonna let you have it.
It just sounds cool. It just sounded cool. Like it's just some, you know me. I'm out here. You know, I'm money bag yoing it. You know,
fries in the bag, bro.
Just dump them. I don't even need a container. Let the church say.
Hey man, that's too funny. Eating out the paper bag, bro.
I mean, what's the difference in you dumping them and them dumping them? Just go ahead and say retreat.
That's not my responsibility.
Man,
it's not my responsibility to help you save money on any type of food housings or any. That's not my responsibility. Put the fries in the bag with the receptacle that comes with them.
I understand a couple things right now. Number one.
Yeah.
As always, since we've started saying it, this episode is sponsored by or powered by Sherwin Vega Pro Audio. SherwinVega.com is your source for pro audio equipment, whether it be these 5 headphones, studio monitors, car audio, motorcycle audio, and marine audio. Shouts out Henry, shouts out Gary, SherwinVega.com. That's your source.
I'm just saying, man, get you some and then,
Get you some. Rest in peace, class.
Hey, one time for one time.
Yeah.
I need to send birthday shout outs to my beautiful bride.
You stole my lead, but I'm glad you did it before I did, because then it would have really been a problem.
I didn't know if you were going to veer off into the next lane or not, so I had to get that in real quick.
I can never let the opportunity to say my salutations and my gratitude and my love to the Mrs. Burgundy. Happy birthday. Yeah.
We are out here gainfully employed and
gangfully employed.
The two people you see on your screen are not just living the life in front of the camera. We're living the life opposite side of the camera.
As evidenced by my gallivants down eyes 95, 85, and 75 on your ass.
Skirt. It's a whole YouTube series documentary that shows how outside I get. And there's the new interview. Some people tried to sit me down and ask me a few questions about myself, and I answered them.
Shouts out to the Urban Advocate Remind. Quick question for you, Suave.
Shoot.
Are you in this flick?
First of all, it's not a flick.
Oh, stop it. Oh my goodness.
We come from a different generation where different words have different meanings.
And not just a different generation, but different region.
Different generation. And different region, and I have formally decided that I am not transitioning any of the definitions for the words I know to this new stuff. I'm not downloading the firmware for Gen Z.
Understand. I'm in the region where it meant something completely different, and not even what I said. However, I retract my question. Are you in the new motion picture?
Okay. It's actually a documentary, but yes, I am in the documentary. I'm in it I'm represented as myself speaking, and I'm also represented in it.
No. So we're on two different pages here. So unless what I'm thinking is the motion picture is the documentary.
Yes.
Didn't Black Film Festival?
Yes.
Okay, same thing.
Same.
Okay, all right.
We are on the same page. The presentation and the rollout looks very much like it's a full-fledged motion picture.
That's exactly why I asked, which means Ramon is doing his thing.
It is a motion picture level documentary, but yes, it has been resolution has been accepted and will be premiered at the Denton Black Film Festival in January of 2025. Stay tuned for more details as we choose to let you know about them. I am under strict lock and key about speaking on certain things. I have signed an NDA, not a real one, but I have signed an NDA with my word, which is just as good, probably better.
That's the equivalent of a 80s handshake.
Bam.
If you don't know about the Urban Advocate, he's been a supporter, not just a gang member, but as a true supporter of the Broken Pencil Booking Company Pro Wrestling Podcast, infused with hip hop since day one. Day one pencil pusher will be putting it mildly with this guy. In fact,
I trust that man to delete my browser history if I had any such transgressions.
He was the only person we trusted to get us into the film side or the video side of this. And he came out with a professional setup from my Texas abode for episode 200. Go back and look at it. Find out about it.
Yeah, when I assemble, anytime I'm asked to assemble a team of filmmakers or a team of photographers, that is my first call and my only call. Everything else after that, I mean, we not really interested. You can hold the bag, but we got the rest.
I got people too, but like, you know, on that side, like, yeah.
No, I absolutely 100% agree. Just when people come looking for me and asking about my services and what it would cost, that's the only call I'm making. After that, it's like, hey,
take it easy.
Take it easy. I can't guarantee. I can guarantee the quality of the work he's going to turn in. Everybody else is kind of like wait and see, and I can't put my name on everybody like that. Pause.
Facts.
That wasn't even possible, but for real, I can't just put my name on anybody and anything. You gotta have some morals and scruples, and have some standards and whatnot.
Facts a million. Let's get into it, man. We putting this off long enough. We're already warmed up. So we took a small break because life be lifing. Cats is under the weather. 'Tis the season. But what we have for you.
You sound much better. You sound like yeah.
I'm at 98.2%.
That's good enough for me.
And but yeah, I'm almost back to man. When I get to a hundo though, this is gonna be the best I've been breathing since the nose surgery a couple of years ago. But
go get you some brown liquor. I almost spoke out a brand name that ain't gave us no money.
Let me tell you something, fam. I got a couple in the cabinet right now. I'm not mentioning them without a bag. And one of them I need to see next month too, in person.
We might need a spirit sponsor here soon.
Hey, we always bet on black, and let's just understand. If I'm gonna go black, I'm gonna go with the biggest. I'm pulling up next month. Stay tuned.
Indeed.
Trav out the 7th. You're on notice. I need a Caucasian counterpart.
Trav is absolutely a grumpy old man.
I need him for this trip. He'll appreciate this trip.
I feel like we got to get him involved in grumpy old men gaming at some point, somehow, some way.
Take it easy. Coming soon. Take it easy.
Hey, it's Trav. You pick the game. That's how much I want this to happen. You pick the game. We'll just learn it on the fly.
That man's out here semi-retired, living his best life.
Man, such a role model.
I'm telling you, life goals.
He is the role model for IDGAF. Spokesperson, straight up.
We need that's what we need. We need an IDGAF Mount Rushmore. That's what.
Oh my God! Hey, mixtape for the next episode.
What for on the pro wrestling tip or on the personal? I'm talking about the personal tip.
Both.
Bet. All right.
It'd be a build up to the year end awards.
Matter of fact, hold on. Let me send this to you right now.
Yup. I said so it is.
Bam, there you go. You can't burn a bridge if you're walking on water. That's all I'm saying.
Touchdown.
Oh, that's quotable. All right. Since we've last met with the Pencil Pusher Massive,
right?
AEW Full Gear happened, WWE Survivor Series happened, and we haven't touched on either one of them.
Something else happened.
WWE Saturday Night's Main Event also happened. I was gonna get to that.
Okay, bet.
But so we're gonna talk about all three this episode, but we're gonna do it in a way that we've never done before.
World, premiere.
Against my better judgment, against my wishes, Suave decided to take one for the team, and order AEW Full Gear. Now, he was against it until marketing took a fair shot at him again, and he got the 2-for-1 value pack with AEW. So not only do we get Full Gear, we also get World's End, for the couple price, which is, you probably would have forgot about that had I not said that.
No, to summarize, the build had become so lackluster that we were literally like, are we gonna buy one pay-per-view just to see Bobby Lashley's debut? Because that was the only thing we were interested in.
That was it.
And literally, this is up until the very last minute that you could do this. And then I log into the Triller app. Shout out to Triller. Go ahead, drop us a check.
Yeah, please and thank you.
Please and thank you. Log into the app, and what I will say is that the transition from Bleacher Report to Triller has been absolutely phenomenal. Service and streaming has been, pristine for the most part. But what's even better is that they have been offering package deals for AEW shows. So rather than pay full price for two separate events, you pay one price for two.
Which is great in this case because, as timing would have it, I've been a day one Max subscriber for a number of reasons. We ain't got to worry about that no more.
Mind your business, all I'm saying. Just mind your business.
So as we proceed, we're going to put a dollar value based on what the ne'er-do-wells would have paid, not what we paid for the pay-per-view. And we're going to work our way into the pocket of what we paid to determine if and what said refund would be based on what we saw. And just to be fair, the same dollar amount is going to go into WWE Survivor Series, even though there's less matches, and Saturday Night's Main Event.
So, to simplify, regular pay-per-view is what, 50?
We'll call it $50.
Call it flat 50. So, how do you want to handle the money situation per match? Is it like the card is 10 matches divided by 50, so the max any match can get is $5? Or how do you want to handle that part?
Good question. So this pay-per-view, the Full Gear pay-per-view, had a total of 12 matches, but 3 were on the 0 hour.
We don't count that. That's free.
Right. So 9 matches. Now, we if you're a mathematician, 50 is not divisible by 9.
Right. It's not at all. I'm doing it right now. It's a whole lot 5.
So we can give, and I'm only saying this match because it's the match that we wanted to see. We'll give an $11 budget to Lashley versus Swerve. And I think that should balance this out. Let me see how good my math is here. So,
because we're fleshing this out on the fly, pause. What do you think about giving a larger budget to all air quotes main event matches?
Okay, all right, cool. So if we do it that way, and plus my 11 didn't add up, and you have petitions that slap yourself like I'm doing this weekend, whatever. I would call this one a co-main event, but it's arguable that there were 3 main events in this match, in this card.
Okay.
I like 2. So that leaves us with 1, 2, 3, 4, 5, 6, 7 matches that are not main event and 2 that are main event. So what dollar amount do we attach to the 7?
Okay, so if we did $5 a match, that gives us 35 for the 7,
and then $7.50 for the other 2.
Yes.
Bet, run it.
We're absolutely gonna have to get a better formula for going forward, but for right now,
no, this works fine. The problem is AEW has an odd number of matches.
Always.
This works perfect.
I bet.
Because the AEW ain't never gave us a $57 pay-per-view, have they?
I mean, after taxes, you're close enough.
The taxes vary from state to state. Some states don't have taxes.
Right, see? You have to create a median and find the range in order.
What is the average tax percentage for the United States of America?
What's the tariffs? There's way too much math going on. We paying tariffs, and look, we only really get to do this for like another couple of weeks,
which is great. I mean, because we can. Let's keep it a buck. Everybody is no Swab. There's just the amount is going to go down because let's be honest. Netflix is going to be roughly $25. Now, granted, just to watch Monday Night Raw, you're going to have Netflix. I don't know anybody's going to take the free Netflix just to watch Monday Night Raw because there's going to be a ton of commercials if you do that.
I mean, it's just like watching it on regular cable. Like you're going to have commercials are commercials. And most of the time, even when you pay to not have commercials, you just get more personalized commercials.
And let me preface this too by saying, all you listening to this talking about why are y'all still paying for stuff? Because we're legal businessmen.
It's a tax write-off. We've explained this before.
You out here still trying to figure out why your service is getting cut off because you ain't paying. You paying somebody versus paying some people.
You missed 2 matches on the undercard because you had a service interruption.
And the undercard was free. What the hell wrong with you, man?
Look, you don't argue with nobody who done shot dice with loose edge.
He told you about the press before it even happened.
Bruh. But I mean, just start living out. Look, we completely understand there are some people that have to make choices. Luckily, right now, we're in a position where those choices don't have to be made by us because those choices pay us.
You want to get a pay-per-view? Yep. Want to bootleg it? Nope.
I'm good on that.
And I almost did, just out of spite. Not because I wanted to, just because because I had to, because I wanted to.
Right. Not because we didn't have the means, but because he felt like it was not going to pan out. And honestly, right up until bail time, I was like,
it was a last minute decision, and the text message with the bargain basement price 2 for 1. What good hustler can appreciate a good 2 for 1 special?
Man, listen, this world was built. The world we live in now was built on the 2 for 1.
Even this country that we live in, built on the 2 for 1.
The whole country was built off the 2 for 1. Straight like that.
You can't tell me you can't go to an Apple store and get you a MacBook and they don't offer you an iPad for a discounted bargain basement price. Come on, man.
Facts. It's incentives.
Yes, that's what we talking about. Let's get this thing moving, man. You ready?
Roll it.
All right, $5 on the line here. Private Party versus the Outrunners versus Kings of the Black Throne versus the Acclaimed in a fatal 4-way for the AEW World Tag Team Championships.
So let me say this. what are we about 2, maybe 3 weeks removed from this actual show?
Yep.
I don't remember anything about that match. Which
the one thing I remember does not include the winners.
But here's the thing.
Oh, Unc showing up at the AEW show.
Here's the thing.
The fact that I can't remember anything about it would, on one side, would say I don't have a full scope in which to judge. The other side says 3 weeks removed and I remember nothing from this show. Nothing special happened. $3 is what you get.
You nicer than me. I was like, I'm gonna need 4 of them boys back.
Hey man, but look, that's just disrespectful. Now, if we don't look, if this the energy we taking forward, I give you $2 and keep it pushing, bro.
All right, $2.
$2.
All right, so they owe us 3.
Treat you like school in front of the corner store. Hey, this is what I got.
So they owe us 3 on that one.
You owe us 3.
All right, MJF versus Roderick Strong. It's just a regular old match. Oh, how the mighty have fallen.
Tree fitty.
You taking change? We taking change. We're not even in the main event. We taking change.
Change gonna come.
I mean, I can't not agree with you. I just can't.
3 seems disrespectful to the work level. 4 is a little egregious considering the fact that this makes absolutely no sense in the grand scheme of this story between Adam Cole and MJF. It's so disjointed. It's so absolutely out of pocket that almost nothing could save this. So it's just a good wrestling match on a pay-per-view. It would have been just as good on Dynamite for free.
They could have put this on Collision and actually broke ratings records.
Nah, you wouldn't have broke ratings records, but it'd have been good.
So
ain't nothing saving that, and we're not gonna get into that because that's not what this show is about.
So they owe us $3.50.
We will give them $3.50 for that.
Oh, they owe us $1.50.
Yeah, they owe us $1.50.
All right. Oh, Jesus. Oh. Mercedes Moné versus Chris Statlander for the AEW TBS Championship. I will say this. The amount of time that match had for a TV title match on the pay-per-view is amazing. I will give applause and credence to that. And Mercedes gave us, like, Mercedes, a lot of times, much to the chagrin of a lot of AEW fans, gives you more reason to watch a match with another woman involved than any other 2 women in AEW, regardless of what anyone may think, because Mercedes will keep you interested enough and do what she does with the false finishes. Like, this was a high level work rate match for a returning Chris Statlander in a face role. I'm not mad at this, and truth be told, I'm only going to ask for $1 back on this one.
I need $2 back.
Ooh.
I give you $3 for the whole thing right now. Because for everything you just said, the match would have been that much better if it had been shorter.
You think it went on too long?
Yes, I do. And here's the thing: it's not because I don't enjoy the work, but as you know, anytime the time limit starts to stretch, the propensity for injury increases because you
for anybody,
doesn't matter who. But when you have 2 workers that are going out of their way attempting to put on a classic, see, that's the whole thing about.
Do you think that's what it is? That's what it was with this one.
Everybody wants the 5-star rating from that
Oh, that
everybody wants the whole rating system. Everybody wants to have the dream match, the clinic. They want to steal the show. I get it. Sometimes it's necessary for you to just go out there and do your job to the best of your ability. A 15-minute time limit and a well-worked match probably would have served this feud better than a 25-minute exhibition of everything we can do all at once.
Which is crazy because a TV title match is normally 15 minutes. I don't recall it ever being 30 on a pay-per-view, and we got 19. So I'm with you. Let's take let's give him $3 and take back $2. You with that?
I'm absolutely with it. The last TV champion I know of that I wanted to see wrestle 30 minutes was Rob Van Dam.
Man,
that was just shy of what 20 years ago. 30?
And it was hard to watch Jay Lethal as a TV champion when he had the world championship. I would have much rather seen the world title match than the TV title match.
And see, you had to download those matches.
They were for free.
BitTorrent.
Will you stop?
No, I won't. Look, just the energy we taking into 25. I'm not pulling no punches, and we not sugarcoating nothing. We lived this life, and the way we lived it was balls to the wall, pause.
And
this match went on long. $3.
And here's the one where you test that theory.
Okay.
Jay White versus Hangman Page.
My God, today. I need $2.50.
I actually put down a $3 refund on that one, and it is not Jay White's fault.
You know what? I'm with you. Give me a full $3 back. $2. Like it. What's amazing to me is that Hangman Page is the absolute best version of himself and the absolute worst version of himself
at the same damn time.
At the same time.
And it all started with a house, bruh. It all started with a house.
I thought about this not long ago, and I was like, maybe it's my sensibilities, and maybe it's because of the glass I'm looking through that says Hangman Page is the heel in this, air quotes. Because technically, if I liked him, or if I thought he was, if I just thought higher of him, I would think he was the face in all this, and then him smashing on Swerve the way he did in the cage, that would have been like a hero's redemption.
It's the hero villain scenario I've always explained on here.
It's the current meltdown that Seth Rollins is going through. It's just Seth is doing it better.
It's the same story, bro.
It's a tweener meltdown. So if I'm looking at him as a tweener, I don't want to root for that guy, especially against Swerve. And then now when he's not involved with Swerve, anything in a main event scenario involving Orange Cassidy where you have to actually treat him like a main eventer is absolutely asinine to me. So that already makes it look weird. And then Jay White has a lot of his magic was left in Japan.
Number one.
First and foremost.
Number two, how much magic does he have left when everything around him is legit injured? What happened to the Bullet Club Gold? That's what I'm saying. What happened to Bang? Like Bullet Club Gold became the Bang Bang Gang, and they went from heels to face. They're not even faces. They're more fan favorites than they are faces.
Macho Man Juice Robinson's hurt again. I haven't seen the Gun Club in I don't know how long.
They got dismantled backstage.
Are they like on Rampage duty or like?
Nah, they're hurt. I don't know if it's storyline or what, but they got dismantled backstage. Of course, it was something that you would have seen would have been on Collision.
Fam.
But again, part of the problem, not part of the solution.
Yeah, they're just both treading water, and their names. But if you watch the product, it's like the name has taken such a hit. If it was a stock, you'd sell. And I'm not even trying to be disrespectful to the individuals. I'm just saying, look at Look at Jay.
I'm not sold on either story. This is another match that did not need a pay-per-view to be told.
We just know that Switchblade has more wins in these head-to-head matchups, but we haven't seen any of them except one. Like, sometimes using past history to tell a story has to be shaped a certain way. If you don't own the footage to these previous 6 matches they've had, stop talking about it.
Sidebar, I really think they got to start looking into, and I'm sure this is going to happen when they get to Max. They got to start looking into packaging the Continental Cup tournament or Continental Championship tournament into one cohesive body of work.
Don't get him no more ideas, because they don't pay us for the ones we gave before. That magically popped up on TV. It was like, oh, you sly bastard. Just
all right. We got the refund on that one. Here's a good one. Kyle Fletcher versus Will Ospreay.
I take the full 5 on this.
You know what? The very first one where we both can agree.
This also was one that probably went on a little too long, but both competitors are so good, you allow it. But imagine this was like the first of a 3-part series. Like, where do you go from here? Here's a different take on that and the answer to your question at the same time. All right, shoot.
The fact that Will Ospreay lost clean and it took this long to do it means that Kyle Fletcher beat the ever-loving life out of him. Where do you go from here? You have to go to a stipulation match. I don't know what it's going to be, but then the third match, unless they do this in reverse, but one of the next 2 matches has got to be a Broadway. Matter of fact, I'm gonna say the next one's got to be a Broadway.
But peep this. As the heel, why would you take another match from Ospreay? You beat him clean. He's going to beg for it, or incentivize him. And I'm managed by Don Callis. Don should be the first one to tell him, "Look, we're done with you."
Nope, back of the line, boss.
Exactly. Like, there's no point. So you didn't. You see where the booking is an issue sometimes. You went 30 minutes. You got a clean decision. Cool. So the people in attendance, I'm sure they enjoyed themselves immensely, because we've been in a live environment like that. Even watching at home, if it was just a one-off. But for the purposes of telling episodic television stories, where do you go with that? Is that literally a one and done? And if so, why are you beating the guy who's supposed to save you?
And truth be told, I don't have to see another one of these matches for a year. They can stretch this out. They can still have this rivalry, so to speak, but they don't need to have a feud. They don't have to go back in the ring with each other again for another year.
I would have said if Fletcher had won instead of 30, let's give it 20, with some sort of outside interference, some sort of convoluted finish, and then they don't wrestle again until Ospreay's champ. Then that's where you
AEW booking tells me that when is not a matter of if, when Ospreay's champ, that Kyle Fletcher is going to end up winning a briefcase or a ring. That's going to put him in contention.
Either of which don't mean a damn thing.
Again, this is what we've been subjected to for the last 5 years.
I want better for them.
I do too. Suave, I do too.
It's just like, Ospreay was the guy. If you weren't gonna ride the wave of what Swerve was, which now even looks like a dumber decision to have Daniel Bryan unthrone him.
Bryan Danielson.
It just, whichever one of them, doesn't matter. Daniel Bryan, Bryan Danielson, American Dragon, Chinese Kitchen, whichever one of them you want to make it. Kung Pao Submission Club or whatever gang you part of. Either way, it just now it looks either
General Soul's dojo.
Yes, General Soul's dojo.
Oh man,
the Mongolian wrestling pattern. Like it just at this point, that's exactly how I see it. Like it looks like a dumber decision by all accounts, completely to have abandoned Swerve. Then you take Ospreay and you start giving him unnecessary losses, and it's like, bruh, are you trying to find someone to carry the flagship? Who is your flagship talent? Can't answer it. You don't have an answer. You don't have a lead dog in this, and that's a problem.
That's a problem, bruh. That's a problem.
So at least with this, if Swerve was still champ, your transition, if you decided to get the title off Swerve, would have been Bobby Lashley, a proven competitor at professional wrestling as well as mixed martial arts, and he looks the part.
And MVP looks the mouthpiece part.
Pause. Are we trying to make money or not?
Soon. Very, very soon. Let's move on. This will be quick. Daniel Garcia versus Jack Perry for the AEW TNT Championship.
$250, not $1 more.
Man, you're generous with Jack Perry, bruh.
I mean,
I never need to see him on my TV screen again.
I'm trying not to be disrespectful to the work being done, but quite honestly, I don't remember anything about that match either, and I actually fell asleep on it once.
That's exactly my point. Nothing against Daniel Garcia. Everything about Jack Perry says I'm not interested. I want a full refund. I want $5.
Nah, 4.
Take it.
So,
here we go. Konosuke Takeshita versus Ricochet for the AEW International Championship. And the fact that Takeshita retains the title,
that's the right decision.
it is definitely the right decision.
Absolutely the right decision.
Man, I'm gonna give to me this one. I'm gonna take it all. I'm gonna give them all $5. I've told you since the first time we laid eyes on Takeshita that he deserves to be in this slower, methodical, more muscly of a heel role, because that's not something that we've seen from a Japanese star in quite some time.
Nah, he working new school turn up. That's it. That's all.
No refund on that one.
He working new school video game matches, and that's it. But he looks the part.
And Ricochet is doing Ricochet things, and Takeshita is still catching a veteran. And
but Ricochet continues to talk himself out of position.
Bruh, let me tell you something. If Ricochet would have won this match, we would have asked for I'm speaking for you too, we would have asked for all $5 back, simply because of what he's done on social media.
It's possible, but it's another situation of like, you bring in another big name signee, you give him, a cool debut. He might get something that seems like a dream match at his first pay-per-view or his first couple of Dynamites, and then he starts losing, and then he's like, okay, he's just a guy on the roster. I don't think you signed Ricochet to be just a guy on the roster. If you did, shame on you.
Dog.
I'll give him $4 only because Takeshita went over.
Ricochet,
I take $1 back.
Do us a favor. Do yourself a favor.
No, don't tell him nothing because he ain't gonna listen. He gonna have to learn. He gonna have to FAFO
on social media.
Nope.
Shut the up.
He ain't.
Shut the up. That's all you gotta do.
He's already proven that it's not gonna happen. He gonna argue with you to the death. It don't matter if it's about Wendy's nuggets or he arguing about car transmissions. He gonna argue with whoever to the death, whether they have 6 followers or 6 million. He arguing.
And his wife, I can appreciate her because she got time right now.
But she went radio silent after she cooked a couple people. She like, all right, I'm done. We ain't got nothing to talk about.
That's it. And we'll catch her when Wendy's catches everybody once a year.
That's it. That's all. Rico keep going on these podcasts and these different shows and interviews and venues talking about he invented AEW. I get it in theory, but if you're not gonna go full blown heel and say that same thing on television, why are you out? You're a better heel on a podcast than you are on television.
And if you're not moonwalking your way into the Hurt Syndicate, again, shut the up.
Okay, imagine that statement being said from MVP with Ricochet in the Hurt Syndicate, saying this man invented what AEW is right now. Now you got some credibility because you have footage that would support that statement.
And what is the one thing that has gotten MVP through his entire career?
His ability to speak
heat,
coherently.
Straight up heat. That's it. Heat. He got a whole career. He made us fans of his from heat, not from work rate, from heat.
He's got great taste in rap music too, because shout out to MVP.
Greg Taylor too, man. So yeah, we'll give him 4 for that one. Now for the big money matches, $750 a piece.
All right,
Bobby Lashley versus Swerve Strickland. We knew what it was. We knew. And truth be told, if I'm mad because Swerve got offense, but we Swerve guys, bro.
Still should be champ in my eyes, but we're pro Swerve.
I'm giving the whole $750. I'm not shying away from any of that. I knew what this was, and Swerve got way more in than he should have. But this was the Bobby Lashley welcome party.
I wasn't in love with the finish. I wasn't in love with the finish, and that kind of played into it. It was a 90s dominant heel style match, which I'm cool with.
It was almost Brock versus Cena with the 16 suplexes, the Suplex City bitch.
That would have been better.
I agree, but we've already seen that one. We didn't need to see it from two melanated talents.
But we've never seen it in AEW. That would have done more to solidify Bobby Lashley. And then you're gonna do this match again. There's no way that you don't. So yeah, I would have preferred that. But I like what I got. It's just you saw the spot outside where MVP gets in the way. Swerve is literally sizing him up, about to give him the work. And then it's a very anticlimactic situation where Bobby regains his composure, knocks Swerve into this and that, then throws him in the ring, gives him the finish, and then we going home.
Bully ball. Straight up bully ball.
Give me, you owe me 50 Cent.
All right. I'll concede with 50 Cent. I would gladly concede with 50 Cent because of the explanation there. Because to me, anything that led up to a Lashley victory in dominant form would have garnered a higher amount of return for me.
You got the answer right. You didn't show your work.
There you go. Finally, oh God, where work rate goes out the window.
I don't even care about work rate. It's just the way the pay-per-view ended. Like, this was the end?
Jon Moxley, your champion, the AEW World Champion, versus Orange Cassidy.
You realize you haven't seen the belt since he's become champion? Like, what's the point?
It's not your AEW anymore.
You'll get credit for that. Whatever I end up rating this match, part of it is because you said that.
There's a dollar that at least stays with AEW because we haven't seen the belt since All Out.
My problem with it is I don't think there's a payoff to all of this. I don't think they have one in mind. Now, when Shane McMahon was a part of the negotiations I'm not even negotiations, just when him and Tony were having conversations about possibly working together.
We don't know what those conversations were.
We don't, but we can surmise. They probably they lit up and they got some greenery and some Christmas trees in rotation or whatever, and kind of chopped up some business. You know, possibly went skiing. Thing is, this Jon Moxley story with this whole like hostile takeover, and this dude's a mercenary. He's like, what's Bruce Willis's character from Die Hard? John McClane.
John McClane.
Yeah, like not even John McClane. Like Moxley is the human version of McBain if you watch The Simpsons. So McBain is in the middle of a hostile takeover, and like if Shane McMahon was the mastermind behind all of it, like the revealed as the final boss, air quotes, I'd have been cool with it. But now it seems like you just doing stuff. You don't have a final destination for this. There's no big reveal. There's no big payoff that I can see. So we're just being ambiguous for the sake of being ambiguous. You could have very well done that with the TNT Championship, homeboy.
Absolutely.
I would have preferred you had done it with the TNT Championship. Stay away from Swerve, who was out there getting money and crossing barriers.
He was swerving while he drive. He out here bringing Mayweather to his matches and nothing else.
We was at Rams games. We was at Jaguar games. Can you imagine if Swerve had made it to Colorado's sideline with the AEW title?
Oh, boy.
You don't have somebody in the room. And this is the part I keep, like, I'm going to stress this until somebody pay me. I shot dice with Luthez.
Outside.
Do you understand how outside you have to have been to shot dice with Luthez? That man is a miser. He don't like to part with no money. How much is you giving this? How much you giving this? How much you spending on this? Because
$750.
You gonna be hard pressed for me to give you more than $3 for this.
I'm thinking like $250 is what I'm giving, and it's only because of Moxley.
So peep this. You say $250. I was saying like $3, possibly $350. Give the extra $1. One, because Moxley smoked Orange Cassidy. That's the first reason. So that I can agree with. That went the way it was supposed to. Smoke that man. Two,
that whole Great White hype, whatever, went out the window.
the 2001 WCW Nitro ending to the pay-per-view, you got to give some money for that. Darby out here wrecking cars and like,
they did everything short of tearing up the ring.
Attempts at vehicular homicide. Darby does concussed himself in a Crown Vic. Like
a 92 with that.
My God.
So
hey, what's the Mercury? Is not the Crown Vic.
The Grand Marquis.
It's another one though.
It's the Grand Marquis. Are you talking about the Marauder?
Yes. Yes. There you go, the Marauder.
The 2-year special. The 2-year special. Yep.
Yeah, on Grand Theft Auto, if the Marauders come out, you might as well hang it up, buddy. They on your way.
All right. So
how much we deciding on?
So that's including the $1 that we gave for the cause, $350.
$350. Wow.
We given $350.
That's $1 for the cause,
and
$1 for the postage, and $1.50 because Orange got smoked on live television.
That's half. That's 50%.
I mean, to me, that's okay. $350.
All right.
What that tally hitting for?
$18.50, bruv.
That's how much they owe us, or that's how much we gave them?
That's how much they owe us.
Okay. Round it up, give us $20 back.
So it's a $30. If we round it, it's a $30 pay-per-view. Not too shabby. They did better than I thought they was gonna do.
True. Because it could have got ugly. Had we been a little more would we scrutinized that a little harder? It could have been real. But
yeah.
That's respect.
And this is with some age too, because when it was fresh, oh boy, this was probably single digits.
This us being really kind in hindsight.
Yeah, we don't need to let things like sit around. They don't need to stew as long as this one did. So
they benefited from our hiatus.
Yeah, because we had a chance. We'll talk a little bit more about that too, because we got a couple of musical projects we want to talk about, and the aging process. It's like cheese. Like we took a bite when it first came off the wheel, but we sit in the back and let it sit inside the I don't know what you call that. The cellar, letting it sit inside the cheese cellar.
Oh, okay, there you go. All right.
Yeah. Good Lord. I'm gonna tell you what I'm looking at here in a second. This is crazy. Before we go away from Full Gear, I'm gonna give you the top match times. By the way, Kyle Fletcher, Will Ospreay 24:15, followed by Jay White and Hangman Page 19:55, followed by Mercedes Moné and Chris Statlander 19:25, and then 19:20 was Jon Moxley and Orange Cassidy. And then
that needed the last 20 minutes.
And then right behind that was Konosuke Takeshita versus Ricochet. That's crazy that the Moxley match lasted actually longer than the match of the night. Well, which one you think was the match of the night? Was it Fletcher and Ospreay, or was it Takeshita and Ricochet?
Fletcher and Ospreay.
All right, there you go. Okay,
small margin.
Yeah, especially with no titles on the line, I'll take that. Yeah, that's good. All right. So that's the reason I was saying, because I'm looking at WWE Survivor Series. We're going to run down this card real quick. $10 per match. Yeah, $10 per match.
$50 budget.
$50 budget here. And we'll kick it off in order, same way we did the last one. The Women's War Games match. Ripley, Belair, Naomi, Sky, and Bayley taking on Liv, Raquel Rodriguez, Nia Jax, Stratton, and Candice LeRae.
Boy, I'm finna get in trouble here. $3.
That's how much you giving?
Yep.
Yikes.
Tell me I'm wrong, though.
You're not. And that's you're actually spot on with that, in my opinion. There was
it just wasn't clicking that. It wasn't clicking that night.
It was off. Yeah, it was off. And
just
Io and Tiffany, obviously, they haven't really like. And Io was the veteran of the War Games, wasn't she?
To an extent.
I think she had been in more women's War Games matches than anybody else. I think Bianca Belair and or Rhea Ripley may have been second in that.
It just was not clicking. No, none of these people had chemistry, and we talked about this on the You Know Who Ain't Gonna Win about how bad this potentially could get. Luckily, no one went home with any serious injuries. But
I didn't want anybody to like unalive themselves in there. But at the same time, I also didn't want it to happen because somebody missed a spot.
Well, there's a lot of those missed.
Eesh.
It was a rough night.
Yeah, this
is one of those where I don't think the women had a story that made sense to go in War Games. You could have done a traditional 5-on-5 Survivor Series tag match with all of these women and probably gotten a better end result. There's nothing that happened in War Games that was consequential enough to where it had to be in that cage. You did this because you had to have a women's War Games match, which I don't think you had to.
Nah, it's not always necessary. Hell, you could have had a second men's War Games match with because like the way this women's War Games was put together is similar to how Dusty put together the War Games in WCW. It wasn't necessarily a faction, but people who had common bonds over the enemies.
You probably had a heel group that had been running roughshod for the whole year, and then you had your core group of baby faces who united to take down the threat.
with a, and you might have in the heel group may have been like 3 people, and you had 2 strays who are loosely affiliated with 1 or 2 members of the heel faction, and then you have 5 people that had a common bond to get rid of everybody on the other side. That's what
because WCW is true Southern wrestling roots, you had the Horsemen or the Dangerous Alliance, and then you had
Team Sting.
No, it's the 4 Horsemen versus Sting and them. Like, come on, man.
Flanked by Hawk and Animal.
Better hush.
All right.
This ain't rocket science. You could have put the Judgment Day in there versus Damian Priest and an assortment of, various characters.
And really anybody.
Damian Priest, R-Truth. Give me 2 more.
Uncle Howdy.
Oh no.
Just one.
No.
Or better. Yeah, there you go. Actually, right there. You could have done Judgment Day versus Wyatt 6 in War Games. You could have done that.
You could have. You could have. Is the bloom off the rose for the Wyatt 6?
The bloom is off the rose. They still have a viable use based on their initial interactions as a faction returning as the Wyatts into WWE, and that is avenging the loss of family because somebody betrayed their family. Because I truly believe that the New Day is next on their radar.
The writing for them has to get better. And honestly, with this new situation going on, it might not be a bad idea for them to hop in the portal.
And go where though?
SmackDown.
I know you don't.
We're not sitting in NXT, are we? I'll never see it again.
There's history with every member of them except for Rowan.
I mean, but at that point, it just feels like you're sending them down there just because you refuse to write anything for them.
Truth be told, I want to see them pop up wherever the hell they feel like it. I don't want to see them bound by one brand because people.
Okay, I hear what you're saying. Go ahead.
People hate each other. People turn on each other that hate every day. It'll be all right.
Just
you got replacements, right? Yeah.
I hope they land on their feet.
That part we can concede with that one. Shin Split Nakamura defeats LA Knight, winner and new United States champion, the Shinobi Samurai, not the artist formerly known or the artist known as the Shinobi Samurai. Black Mist, fool.
I want to hear what you would give this match. That'll help me figure this out.
I want to give this match based on what and how Nakamura dominated this match. I'm going to give it. I only want $3 back, and it would be less than that if LA Knight was on the other side of the ring. So I only want a $3 refund because the right guy won.
I feel like I want at least $4 back.
We can split the difference, $6.50.
Run it.
$3.50 for the refund. All right.
I don't know what's going on.
Triple threat match.
Triple threat.
Braun Breaker, Sheamus, Ludwig Kaiser, Intercontinental title.
Hey, I'll tell you in a minute. I only want $3 back on this.
We got what we signed up for. I'm with you. It
was a match.
It was a match.
It was a match. Everybody worked hard. Nobody got hurt. Everybody went home the way they were supposed to. Same champ. We good. And still. I ain't gonna trip. I ain't gonna trip.
Yeah, I don't see anybody else coming out of this with the belt and us giving them more money because of it. Yeah, $350 for the refund.
$350.
All right. Next up, Gunther. I'm sorry, Walter in our house.
I had to do that, one time for Samantha Irvin just as like a send off. Walter, the ring general
in our house.
In our house.
Versus taking on Damian Priest with a technical submission. That's one of the most underused finishes in WWE. A technical submission. I think we need to see more of that, but not like I need to see it once a month, but like maybe more than once every 2 years.
You just got to make it a habit. You really do have to make it a habit of beating people by submission. And I think Walter is the perfect competitor to do that with. I
think, do you need more than a sleeper hold though? I feel like he should expand his arsenal.
For us, for crate diggers like us, yeah, you might want something,
On the contrary, though, because like for crate diggers like us, the sleeper hold is like the holy grail.
But it's one of those moves that hasn't had enough love since like Roddy Piper was doing it.
Yep. And then after Roddy, the wrong people had it.
Like repetition does everything. It could be an arm bar if you do it 50 weeks in a row.
At Jericho's list. Move number 734. Arm bar. So it could be sleeper hold. It could be the Texas clover leaf. It could be whatever. If you do it with enough repetition, it will get over. Period. That's just the way it works. So, I only want $1 back off of this match.
Okay.
And that's because of Finn Balor. That's it. I thought for two big men telling this story, progressing this feud, and us knowing how Walter works, us knowing how Priest works, this is exactly what we expect out of them. And it was entertaining up until Finn Balor showed up. So I only want $1 back off this match.
I understand. I'm with you. I'll ride with your assessment. We're removed from it, and if I don't remember anything about it, specifically about the work, or if it made me actually pay attention and not look at my phone. So yeah, Typically because like I know how hard it's so hard to say because like it's not like either one of them are my favorites, right? But like Walter's growth has just been amazing, and he hasn't changed character at all in his tenure in WWE, even going back to NXT UK. Nothing has changed about him, other than his body transformation, of course. Same thing with Priest. Like they both lost tremendous weight and got into tremendous shape, and are able to actually go longer matches and tell better stories. But I just like it. I wasn't drawn away from this. So like that's. If I'm not drawn away from it, then that means I'm interested. And I can go back and watch it again. I can't go back and watch the Women's War Games match again, but I can definitely go back and watch this match again. So how much money we taking back?
I'm only taking back $1.
$2.
$1.50?
$2.
I'll go with $2. I'll go against Finn for that.
Because then we setting a precedent. Because I feel like if
that's a high bar. That's a high bar.
If I only want $1 back, that means I really was entertained.
But and for this match, I actually was, except for when Finn came in. So if he made me remember that part about the match more than anything else, then yeah, I'm taking away. I can take away another $1. I can gladly do that.
Cool.
Here's where it gets interesting.
All right.
OG Bloodline. This is your daily acknowledgement. Tribal Chief Roman Reigns, the Usos, Sami Uso and CM Punk taking on the OG Gentrified Bloodline taking on Bloodline 2.0, Solo, Jacob, Tama Tonga, Tonga Loa, and Bronson Reed. Tama Tonga's a fool. Let's start with that.
Did you ever have any doubt? Did you ever have any doubt?
Tama Tonga is a whole fool, boy. PhD and yeah. Let's see here.
Northwestern Yeet State.
I love you. that one killed me. Oh.
How they recorded that one with a straight face. I want to know how many takes it took to get that without everybody laughing at it.
Oh, man. So, first and foremost, on the injury side, Bronson Reed out indefinitely.
My God.
His foot looks like a bag of tortilla chips.
I just want him to be okay, because like once I really took in how serious the injury looked, the first person that came to my mind.
Oh, don't tell me Sid.
No. Brian Pillman.
Oh no. Oh yeah, man. Yeah, he never recovered.
And you know what I'm saying? Like, and Pillman was a lighter dude.
Yeah.
Pillman was like in that 220 range. Like, Watson is carrying around
350 easy.
350 easy. So
and a lot more muscle mass on that.
I'm hoping that the boot, having the traditional boot on, might have saved him a little bit to where it wouldn't have been as bad, but it did not look good at all.
Let's also keep this in mind too. Repeated stress can cause an ease of injury. It doesn't cause the lack of injury, it causes the ease of it, which means it makes it easier for you to be injured from doing the same things over and over. So if that's how you take if that's how you properly deliver a tsunami, and he's doing that 6 times per night, sometimes 2-3 times a week, even at 6 feet, what's to stop him from doing it at a height that has a 60 to 70% chance of death? Understand what I'm saying? If you are at a height, if you fall from a height of 1.5 times yours, you have a 50% chance of death from that fall.
That's insane.
And that increases as height increases. So from his height, based on his personal height, he had a 70% chance of death making that drop.
I've never had the math broken down for me like that, and now it's like, that's shocking. That's eye-opening.
That is the epitome of broken pencil logic. Do your Googles, people. If you don't believe me, look it up for yourself.
Now, I will say I feel like he delivers the tsunami differently off a top rope when there's a person. I'm assuming he probably wanted to protect himself coming off the top of a cage.
Well, I think the mechanics would still be the same though, because you got with that much weight, you got to protect the person that you're hitting with it.
But that's my point. Like, his is more of a fall so they can brace when it's off the top rope. Off the top of the cage, he's got to hit a specific point. He's trying to hit the table, but also brace his fall into the table. Because if he just belly flopped the table, exactly. That whole chance of death, and he gonna smack his mouth on the canvas like we'd have seen him.
We're seeing black screen. That's what we're seeing. We're seeing black screen. No other questions. Black screen.
So yeah, I understand why they pulled that spot out in such a high stakes, high level match. It's just unfortunate that injuries do happen sometimes.
On the flip side of the coin, Jimmy Uso does the exact same spot, akin to Edge or Adam Copeland in AEW, and I'm not gonna hold Bronson Reed. I'm not gonna hold Jimmy Uso. Because I said the same thing about them when they did it in real time as I said about Adam Copeland when he did it. Freaking idiot.
Did the Air Force Ones save him, or were they the cause of the broken toe?
Oof. Ooh, I could say yes. Considering how my love affair with Nike has recently ended.
It's oh boy, the quality control department is lacking.
I have a closet full of shoes that I can no longer wear, and they're my size.
That's not good.
Nah, new brand coming.
Nike, you want to change our mind? Send us some free stuff.
And let us hop into the design room, because fam, what y'all doing for my toes right now ain't it at all.
Man, it's
Jimmy Uso out, and definitely. I think his stint at home is going to be shorter than the other two. And
6-8 weeks. He should be back for Rumble time.
And I said the other two, and I just mentioned two names. Who's the third one? Tonga Loa.
That man has been snake bit his entire WWE tenure so far.
Tonga Loa returns from injury to protect himself from a toolbox.
Unnecessary.
And while protecting himself from a toolbox, ruptures his tricep.
I mean,
is it a tricep or bicep? Either way, a muscle in his arm. A major muscle in his arm. Gone. 8 months minimum.
Woo! That's woo.
And this match was good. But when the body started falling, boy.
They fell. MVP shout out to Jacob, because Jacob a dog.
Dog, we said this since
we knew what it was gonna be when he got
first
to that
year.
level.
Since the first year of this show, we've talked the praises of the Samoan Werewolf. We've seen him.
He been there
numerous times. The dude y'all seeing now is a more tame, subdued version of the animal that we saw. The Samoan savage, as they called him.
Another man who got in the gym and got right and showed up. He done showed up and showed out from day one. Like, he is the MVP of this next. He's the MVP of Chapter 5.
All of this waxing poetic of his ills that Corey Graves is doing is only setting him up for one of the biggest championship runs we've seen this side of Roman Reigns.
Oh, he gonna run somebody's show. Please believe it. When Roman decides to go start doing movies and you see him less and less, that's the one. That's the next guy. And he's south
of 35, so he got plenty of tread on those tires.
Like Jay gonna get some burn, because Jay, he's put the full package together. Pause. But yeah, like, y'all gonna have to deal with Jacob, and ain't gonna be no way to talk around it. You're gonna have to deal with him.
So the crash tests they failed miserably. We saw some good storytelling in the holding cells. We saw some good storytelling inside the ring.
Yes.
What you and I can appreciate, simply because we know that there are people out there that deserve to get a shot into this feud that don't need to be injected into it, even if Paul Heyman and the favor is on the line. We did not need the gentrification of this storyline at all.
I didn't want it, but I understand it. And now, from things we've discussed since then, we kind of see where this is heading. And if Roman and his saga of the bloodline is going to be a continued opportunity to get people involved and more on television and more in a position to where you care about them, from a business standpoint, there's no way that you don't do that. It's just, it's odd to me when I see either the air quotes fans on on the internet or some of the talent who speak ill of Roman and his position and different things that he's awarded and favored. Yet when it's time for you to get on or time for you to get over, that's who you got to go through. Like the gateway to a bigger check, the gateway to a better spot on television is through Roman Reigns or CM Punk. And those are the people that get the most nonsense talked about them. By workers and non-workers.
It ain't even close.
Look, just deal with it. Accept it. Deal with it. It's okay.
So all that said, Suave, magic number. How much we taking back?
I need the story executed well. I feel like I need maybe $1.50 back just on injuries.
I said 2, and $1 of it was for the injuries. The other dollar was for the storyline.
I live with that. I live with $2.
Cool.
Back.
All right, I appreciate that. So that's a $18 refund on a $50 show. Not bad.
Not bad. So both shows owe us like a 20 spot.
Yeah. I
would not have guessed that starting this to say that they were going to be about equal in what they owe us.
It wasn't even like the thought process wasn't even close with AEW until we actually put it on paper. The thinking of that one, I thought we was about to get probably like 35, 40 back. To be honest with you.
World's End is coming. World's End is coming, and boy, it's cold outside.
Boy. All right, finally, let's see here. What before we go into this, we haven't done this yet. This whole show. Show at brokenpencilbc.com, brokenpencilbc@gmail.com. It's at brokenpencilbc on all things social. At brokenpencilbc on what?
Everything.
Tell me how much money that you got back from these pay-per-views based on how much you spent. And give yourself a dollar amount, because if you didn't spend anything, you want some money back, slap yourself. That ain't how this works.
Just use our metric, $50.
Work your way down.
That's it.
It ain't that hard.
If it divides evenly, boom. If it doesn't, put your main events in a higher tax bracket, because they should be.
Can you believe that it has been since 2008 since we've had our last Saturday Night's Main Event, and we have just as many Saturday Night's Main Events as we have Survivor Series? Now, granted, that's a really unfair statement, because Saturday Night's Main Event was at one point a quarterly event. So the numbers got ran up, kind of like Clash of the Champions did.
Dick Ebersol was out here trying to get to it.
To the bag. And even at one point, I think they had one on Fox, if I'm not mistaken, which was terrible.
Everybody just chill. Everybody relax.
I'm looking at some of these main events, man.
The last one in 2008, was that the one in Dallas?
The last one in 2008 was actually in DC.
Okay, so what, Dallas was 2006?
Well,
Henry had the kneecap injury.
Who?
Mark Henry.
Yeah, that was Dallas. That was 2006.
I was there.
Ooh, were you?
Yeah.
I was. Oh man, I don't remember that one. I was recovering from a heart attack.
Yo.
Yeah. I had to look at the date on that one, bro. Wow, that's why I don't remember. And man, and the main event was DX versus the Spirit Squad.
Good. My God. Yes, that was the main event.
I need to go back and acknowledge that one, man. Wow, that's crazy.
I actually I was on the pause, watching old Saturday Night's Main Events in preparation for this. I had just made it to the early 90s. So we were like, matter of fact, that wasn't even early 90s. We're still in the late 80s, like Twin Towers versus Mega Powers.
Mm-hmm.
that's where I kind of made it to over the last week.
I remember every one of these. Let's see here. I don't remember the battle royal at in Omaha. I don't remember that one.
That's
Hogan and Sid versus Flair and The Undertaker. Talk about a classic. Oh my God.
That's 92, baby. That's 1992. Let me tell you something. What I tell you what's happening. That when Sid left Hogan hanging. Oh.
Yeah.
But that's how you got the text I sent you about November of 1986. November of 1986. For those of you who want to go on Peacock and watch old Saturday Night's Main Events, Slick sold the contract of Hercules Hernandez to Bobby Heenan.
Yep.
Before the show started. I made a very off-color text message to my co-host that will not be unveiled on this show whatsoever.
In any shape, form, fashion, not even paraphrased.
But just think about what I said. Slick. So Slick from Fort Worth, Texas, sold the rights to a man named Hercules Hernandez.
To Bobby Heenan.
Named Bobby Heenan. Do with that information what you will.
In 1986.
November of 86.
This is Reaganomics.
Oh my God.
The levels, bro.
Say, man, you went off the glass with that one, but win.
Oh man.
You see the dunk contest? What did he do? Windmill.
Off the glass. Windmill. Oh man! All right, so thank God this dark match wasn't on the TV. They could have kept it. I'm glad they did.
This dark match.
Yeah. All right, $50 on the table. You ready?
Yeah. How many matches we got?
We can do this. We can do this in a minute a match. This is easy. It's light work. Drew McIntyre versus Sami Zayn.
What's the budget?
$50.
Yeah, so what are we spending per?
$10 per. Actually, no, not this one. Let's go $30 because it's on free TV. $5 per match.
The equivalent of free TV.
Yeah, $5 per match.
So this is like the equivalent of like when they were doing the Starcade house show.
Oh no, this ain't the equivalent. This was on NBC. We just watched it on the cat.
Okay, $5.
So $5. All right, Drew McIntyre, Sami Zayn.
$5.
You want the whole refund back?
No. I'll pay the full $5 for that.
You paid the $5 for it?
Yeah, I don't want no money back on that.
Only because the right. I said the white guy. Only because the right guy won. I'm with you totally. Liv Morgan versus Io Sky. I know you're not a Liv fan, bruh.
It's not that I'm not a Liv fan. It's just I'm not as much of a Liv fan as people on the internet. And people on the internet are using a certain criteria as to why they are a fan. I get it. I understand it.
Yeah. It don't work.
At no point should that ever factor into the calculation so much that it takes somebody from mid or meh to masterful.
Yeah, absolutely.
Like, I'm Charlotte Flair. There's nothing that Charlotte Flair presentation on television wise is going to do that makes me feel less about her ability to deliver in the ring. So I'm not going to gas it up one way or the other. She's good in the ring, even if I don't care for the character work.
Yep. And that's my thing. Her ring work is dope. Certain ranges of her character, not this certain incarnate, this current incarnation, but certain ranges of her character work, I rock with. This match was what it was. I'm not sure if I'm ready for Liv's title reign to end. I'm also not sure if Io was the one to beat her, especially after coming off a War Games match.
No, this is earmarked for Rhea. They're just dragging it out.
Yeah, but and that's my whole thing. Saturday night's main event is designed to either make you think, make you believe that someone's going to win the title, or a title change actually happens.
I think because of the hiatus since 2008, you don't have that same equity, especially with this new audience. They're just watching it because it's a show on. We're going off historical context that says you possibly could have a title change because this has happened previously. I don't think we can use that with this new iteration of Saturday Night's Main Event.
I'm giving them $3. I want $2 back.
That's generous. $250.
$250. Okay, I'll go with that. 'Cause I thought you were about to go left.
No, I'm not gonna go left because people are gonna think I'm doing something, unscrupulous.
Man, you don't care about what these people think.
I don't care because I shot dice with Luthez.
That part.
That part. Like I could have very easily took my $3 back and left, but I'm gonna be respectful of the work put in.
All right. Next up, Walter taking on Finn Balor and Damian Priest, triple threat. Give me $2 back. $2?
$2.
Take it. I'll take it. And let's see here. That's easy work there.
Wait, did Walter really put in enough work for me to say give me $1 back?
I don't think so, because I think the liberties were shared. The problem is you hot shotted a triple threat match. This match went like 10 minutes shorter than the match at War Games.
Yeah, I think even the audience at large kind of wanted to see. I think you could have accomplished the exact same thing if you did Finn versus Walter and just have Damian Priest interfere at the end.
You could have made Damian Priest a special referee and got better traction than this.
Oh man, no. No.
He had just he had just lost, even though Finn was the cause of it. He had just lost, and the stipulation should have been Damian's referee. If he does not call it down the middle, then he does not get another title match.
I don't need Damian Priest in a leather referee blouse.
First of all, who said that we had to get that?
You said Damian Priest, right? As a special referee, right?
Don't make me put snot on this microphone. Pause. Don't do that. Don't do that.
You got disinfectant wipes, my boy.
Oh man. $2.
Be thankful we got what we got.
$2. $2 is the refund. $2.
I bet that. $2.
All right. Chelsea Green versus Mi Chen, the United States Tournament Finals. I'm sorry. I'm gonna hate doing this, Suave. I need $4 back, bro.
I'm gonna tell you why I agree with you. It has nothing to do with Mi Chen or Chelsea Green, because we had this conversation about maybe 2 weeks ago, where I had a very pointed revelation that there was a mid-card work rate title tournament with no workers in it. Like all the high level work rate was doing other stuff. And then you get to the finals and I'm like, I can see this coming a mile away. You're not about to crown the best worker that was in the tournament, that's still in the tournament. This is about to be a storyline championship.
Here's what's worse. They could have only given us back $2. Here's where they lost another one from us. Don't you dare speak about their TNA World Title accolades in a match that had this kind of quality with a wrong person won. Don't you dare do it. And it happened.
This has nothing to do with the talent that was in the match. It's the
Chelsea Green obviously can work. We know about Mia Yim. Like Mia Yim from her time as Jade in TNA to NXT.
What did I call her not that long ago? Gail Kim 2.0?
Man, listen, that woman can work.
She got juice. She can go.
Chelsea recovered from injury. Now, Chelsea ain't been the same since she's been injured, but she comes from good pedigree, number one. Two, her husband is one of the most accomplished reinvented wrestlers in the indie scene right now, and he's living his best life doing so.
I mean, that's cool and all, but that doesn't transfer by proxy.
It does not, and it should, and that's part of the problem. It should, but it doesn't.
I mean, you know, it is what it is. Congratulations to Ann New.
But the wrong person won that match, especially for what that title represents. The wrong person won that match.
Get my $4 and make sure all the faces point the same way.
Same direction, and up, and count them out. Don't
Please.
do that. Don't fold them over like Smokey did, the big worm. Finally, Cody Rhodes versus Kevin Owens for the WWE Undisputed Championship.
I'll take the 5 on this. Because I'm looking at it as a total presentation. So there's the match, there's the post-match stuff, and there's what Kevin Owens got into with Triple H with. So that's a complete presentation.
That is for sure a full $5 match if you put it like that.
As a main event presentation, that is a $5 offering.
Here's where I combat that.
Okay, I'm listening.
If there truly was smoke before the match, and that translated on camera to worked heat or worked shoot on TV and post-match, why couldn't we have got an egregious DQ with that package pile driver? Is it because it was on network TV? Do you think that would have been the problem when we had more eyes on the product or more potential eyes on the product? Because truth be told, you go off the air with a hurt champion. That's the equivalent of Hogan bleeding in the 80s.
Again, I understand where you're coming from. I feel like you've got to build more equity in the new incarnation of Saturday Night's Main Event with this newer audience.
Okay.
For it to have that effect. I think what you did was good enough. You got your champion over because he's in front of more faces than he's ever been in front of. You also get Kevin Owens looking strong. He looks like a world beater type heel, like he's dastardly on another level. Shout out to the red elbow sleeve. That was a nice touch. Standing on the champion while he's on a back brace is it's subtle, but it's great.
Yeah, that's a different kind of effectiveness.
And then the interaction you get between Kevin Owens and Triple H is kind of like,
let's be very clear. Triple H hasn't been physical at all since his retirement.
It's like it would be like John Jones getting in a shoving match with Dana White.
And we've never seen Dana throw hands, but we've seen Triple H throw some hands. So yeah, no refund on that one, huh? Who'd have thought that Saturday Night's Main Event would have got the most bang for our buck?
And you got to give some credit for the one night only return of the Winged Eagle belt.
They did, considering that belt hasn't been around for 30 plus years. They did a damn good job of recreating that belt.
So there's nostalgia, there's old and new all mixed up. You got a great match. And for as much as we criticize what WWE decided to do in going with Cody and how lackluster it's been at times, I'm not going to sit here and act like he's not trying or he's not.
They definitely have the right person in the role for the things that they're doing. If all this was foresight, like everything we're seeing now was built off of foresight, Cody's definitely the right person for the job.
Yeah, I absolutely believe that he was the guy to dethrone Roman. I just said the timing was wrong. Like, we were in the middle of something monumental.
No, yeah. No, that we agree on that. What I'm saying is, like, for instance, like the Saturday Night's Main Event, the whole Netflix thing. Like, you don't. All Roman had to do was beat Terry. That's it. That's all he had to do, and then disappear.
That's it.
Even if he disappeared until War Games, all he had to do was beat Terry and disappear. And we were months away from that. Not years, months away from that. We can't win them all.
But we should. When you control the outcome, when you write the ending, you should win them all. History's written by the winners, right? All right. Just checking.
Once again, show at brokenpencilbc.com, brokenpencilbc@gmail.com, at brokenpencilbc on all things social, at brokenpencilbc on what?
Everything. And everything.
Music's over. We're done with cars. Suave, take them to the house.
Hey, how much did we get back on Saturday Night's Main Event? How much they owe us?
$8.50.
Man, that is crazy.
It's crazy work, right?
That is crazy work. Pencil pushers, like, rate, share, subscribe, tell a friend, tell that friend to tell a friend, and then tell that friend
again.
Heads up, pencils down.
Straight.
Whole lot of fucking gang shit.
That's just violent.